So I almost forgot to vlog. This is my first day out riding my new bicycle. I'm just happy to have a little transportation now that I'm going to be heading to the gym. So yeah, gonna go hit some shoulders, and it's the first week in November. It's like what, 5 weeks, just about 5 weeks out. I would say 5 weeks out. So yeah, energy levels are low right now, but yeah, that's about it, guys. Alright guys, so this was actually previously, this was like late October. I did a day pass and I decided to video it. I wasn't sure which gym I was going to go. The energy levels were really low. As you can see, I was struggling with just, that's like 25 pounds, that's like 35 pounds I think. I was like struggling with that, and that's how bad it was. Then I added on another 5, so that's like 45 pounds with the bar. I was like struggling. That's how long I haven't really done the incline on the bench. I usually did it push-ups or just flat at home, and then I went on to some incline dumbbells. Even that was like 35s to warm up with, and even that felt like about 50 pounds or something like that. It was like that difficult. And then I tried to go up to like 60 pounds, and I had a guy there that I asked him to just watch me in the last 2 reps, and 60 pounds was like my second set normally, or sometimes I would even warm up with that, but I was already depleting. Energy levels were low, and body weight. Haven't been to the gym a while. I guess a lot of people had that complaining experience, but it's just to show you that where I got back from when I started back to the gym. So I think this was like late October, maybe the first week in November. Yeah, it was late October, and then I decided, as we saw there just now previously, that when I started the gym in the first week of November officially, when I got my bicycle, and I just did like basically that and this cable press machine and some flies, and that was basically it. I didn't even video anything, you know. I was kind of feeling a bit down and disappointed, but hey, it is what it is. So yep. Yeah, now if you watch me on my previous videos on oats, and I'm a big fan of oats for breakfast. I've been doing that for like maybe more than about 6 years. I do not even know. Oats is staple, but you know, things are going to change as you watch how I'm going to change things up. But this is normally how I do it. This is how I put it down. I measure out a cup, maybe a cup and a half, depending. At this time, that's what you saw there, and I basically just put hot water in there and let it soak like for about 3 to 4 minutes, maybe 5, and let it cool down. It kind of comes out like, come down like a cake, like so. I kind of like it with that sort of thickness. And sometimes what I would do this with some whatever is available, like anything sweet, sugar, bananas, and so on. But at this point, I wasn't doing much bananas. I don't think I was doing bananas. Bananas had come out of the diet, and I was doing like whey. All right, like 1 cup. Let me see, 1 or 2 servings of whey protein, just regular whey protein, no isolate, no hydrolyze or anything. So as you can see how that starts to come down there with the oat, you can see it. So I kind of make it like a paste sometimes, and I really put that on top of it, and I just spread it there, and I eat that as a meal. But it does not always go down like that every morning. So I did this some mornings, and later on in the prep I switch it up. I might do my eggs, and basically when I do my eggs, I might do them with tomatoes, or I might do them with the oats and the whey on the side. It depends. I might not always do it. I might switch it up, or I might do them separately, and it depends. But this is kind of like what it looks like here, all pasty, and I love that. I enjoy that. Like, I'm looking at this right now, and like I'm just like drooling, honestly, because this is like nothing in my diet right now. So moving on to what I was talking about, my eggs and how I prepare them. Yeah, so obviously I would boil them and I would put them down, shell them out in a bag, put them in a bowl, something light like a plastic container, and I would weigh it. So I was basically going with an average of 6 eggs, or I would weigh it. 6 eggs might give me about 8 ounces of egg whites. So if I was gonna work out, I was gonna have like maybe 1 or 2 egg yolk. I was having like 1 or 2 egg yolk at this time, and sometimes I did not do that. At this time in the prep, like 6 weeks out. If I'd worked out, like I said, I would do 1 or 2 egg yolks. If I do them in the afternoon, if I do them in the morning. Now, if I did not use them as pre-workout, I did not include the egg yolk always, or maybe just half. All right, guys. So I'm telling you exactly what I did and how I do it. So you don't even need to think about that. And like I said, I would do them with tomatoes sometimes, or I would do them with the whey on the side. So after I decided to cut the whey out later on, I would just have eggs and tomatoes. That's what I would have. Or if it's like a rest day and I wasn't going to work out, I wasn't going to have any sort of oats. I was going to keep my carbs like half a cup of oats, or like no oats, just tomatoes and egg whites for breakfast. And yes, guys, I have to have my coffee every morning, maybe a large cup, and yep, that's like life there for me. So moving on to like meal number 2. It's kind of noisy here, guys, with the dogs and the vehicles. I live close to the roadside. I explained that before. So this is like kind of like meal 2. This is what I would mostly do: fish and callaloo. Whether I would usually work out sometimes in the morning or in the afternoon, but this is mostly staple, like even before I decided to do the show. I think I did mention that in my video previously when I did show you what I buy and how I eat and so on. I did do that video. So I would just buy the bang from the market, a guy that I've been buying from years, and he would fill it. So I just have to do some fine cleaning. But this here, I bought it from someone different that day, and there were still some fins on. So I just decided to video it, vlog it that day, and usually I have it fillet with just as least bone as possible, and I clean them up, wash them up like this, and I do them with callaloo. I steam them with callaloo. Yep, that would be Malabar spinach in the international terms. So there I go, and I would have maybe, I would say sometimes 6 ounces, or about 8 ounces, which will give you about 30 to 40 something grams of protein. It depends, you know. Fish is like a little bit more accurate when it's if you weigh them before or after cook. Chicken is kind of different. You've got to weigh chicken when it's on the cook weight, when it's dried out, especially like chicken breast, boneless breast. I do not deal with bone chicken. Anyways, moving on to like meal 3, I would do back like eggs, just about the same amount of eggs, and you can see the egg yolk there. So this is my pre-workout meal: mixed veg, carrots, boro, that's yard long beans, with some rice there, and I just throw them all together and I steam them a little bit and I turn them up. So egg whites would repeat as pre-workout meal 3 in the afternoons. Heading on to meal number 4, I would prepare this maybe sometimes earlier in the day. This is how I do my chicken, and I cut them up. I usually get them like half freeze. It's easy to cut up in cubes, and I wash them and I just put them on the stove, nothing special, and I steam them. No seasoning, no salt. I find it like waste of seasoning. I do not taste it. I have to blend my seasoning. I do not take time to that. I'm lazy about that part. I used to do it. I do not do it anymore. It makes the blender. You have to get like 2 blender. It kind of like takes the scent from the seasoning. Is so strong. Like when you use anything else, you can taste the seasoning in it. So I'm not a big fan of that. I get my prebiotics and probiotics, enzymes, and that sort of stuff from other foods and vegetables. I will get into that later inside the prep series, but this is kind of how I do my chicken, guys, and I'm going to show you exactly still. I think I cannot locate that right now, how I steam it, but it's pretty simple. Or just on the stove for like 15-20 minutes and it's good to go. Now, I would usually have this in the night with kidney beans and maybe back with some rice and so on. But as far as when the prep had started, it was just like that and kidney beans. And I might put some lettuce and cucumber in there just to fill me up. that's what I would do, alright? And I almost forget, I cut my ginger up. I try to remember to do my ginger in the night. I just cut it up like that. I was gonna get a grater, but I decided to go with that. I like to feel it in between my teeth. I have space teeth, and I like to feel my food, you know. Yeah, guys, and this is what it would look like at the finish in. Sometimes I might do it with kidney beans, and sometimes I might throw in some carrots there. And you're gonna see what I pull out later on, what I took out, what I kept, and so on as we go about into the next week. So this is was like, yeah, the first week in November, all right? So just to keep that into consideration. And I usually eat late. Sometimes I was eating sometimes 10:30, 10 o'clock, 9:30, 9. It depends. It depends on like editing and stuff like that that I have to do. Do some editing and maybe posing. And just prepping takes time. Just takes time, yo. And not forgetting my mustard. I have to get my mustard and pepper. I eat like a lot of mustard. I'm gonna have to measure that out, but maybe about 4 ounces of mustard at least in a single day. Like I have to, boy. You're gonna see how I do my mustard as of now lately in the future videos, though you're gonna see a little bit more of prep and so on. So just keep watching, guys, and you will see what I did, what I'm doing, and what I will do. Alright, guys, and of course you will want to know what I look like, and this is my physique update at the end of the 6th week. And then so pretty much this is kind of like what my conditioning and my physique looks like, and you're gonna continue to see more updates, maybe 1 or 2 updates in a week, and more about my meal prep, my activity level, and that sort of thing. Alright, if you made it this far and you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also remember to like, share, subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell button for notifications. Until my next video, guys, peace and take care. Stay safe.